more on this, I'd like to bring in our reporter, Mairead Dundas. Mairead, good to have you with us. Can you talk us and our viewers through exactly what's at stake today?
Well, the participants have entered the court for this critical moment in a landmark case, as it's the final step before the Paris Administrative Court issues its decision. Now, it comes 2 years after the 4 initial NGOs launched this unprecedented legal action, backed by, as you just mentioned, a petition that attracted more than 2 million signatures. That's the largest ever online mobilisation in France. The NGOs are accusing the government of consistently exceeding its own carbon targets. And in fact, it's an argument in line with the High Council on Climate, that an independent body set up by Emmanuel Macron to act as a kind of climate watchdog. This case, however, is not directed only at President Emmanuel Macron, but at successive French governments who they accuse of consistently failing to act on climate change. A win today in the court for the NGOs would mean that the court has formally recognised the state's failure to act, and in fact, they hope that the judge will order the government to act and take necessary measures to avoid a climate crisis. And they've also asked for €1 symbolic in compensation.
Mairead, you've just been delving into the legal action for us. Can you also tell us how the French government is responding to these accusations?
Well, for its part, the French government denies absolutely all of the accusations, in fact, highlighting in particular its adoption of the 2009 Energy Climate Law, which calls for carbon neutrality by 2050 and a reduction in fossil fuels by 40% by 2030. In its 40-page brief defence statement, if you will, they said that the state cannot be held responsible because individual local authorities, even businesses and individuals like you and I, are also responsible for our carbon footprint. During this afternoon's hearing, however, both parties will be given an opportunity to plead their case. We'll also be hearing from a public rapporteur who will be issuing her recommendation to the court. Now, this is an independent rapporteur. It's not the judge's final decision. The NGOs have seen it. They describe it as encouraging. However, the final decision rests with the judge. We're expected to know in the next 2 weeks the deadline for deliberation, although appeals from both sides are also possible.
Mairead Dundas, thank you so much for reporting for us from the Administrative Court here in Paris.